Hi, this is Sandy, and I just finished this little sugar britches that I named Marjorie and Lucille because this is a family photograph, an old vintage photograph, and that was the name of these two sisters. So, uh, which one actually is my great aunt, and that is my grandmother. And anyway, it's just a sweet picture. I mean, that doesn't have to influence anything. It's just the fact that I love this picture. And my grandmother was an incredible seamstress for different people, some in New York, but she lived in Indiana. And the clothes that these little girls have on is all handmade back in the early 1900s. My grandmother was born in 1899. Anyway, this is Marjorie and Lucille, and that's the title. And I have this pocket that's a tuck spot that, whoops, sorry, got my hand in the way. I have a image by old Lucina. It's Elsie, and I'll put a little piece of ribbon on there and write on the back for whoever would like this. But it's some more vintage images that I would have found in my grandmother's house. And you would too, no doubt. Sugar bowls with lids, not broken, not sweetened though. And here's some tags that you can journal on the back, and I like to. It's all coffee dyed and then torn, and I ink the edges as usual. That's sort of what I do. And you can put your own notes, pictures, things in there. I thought this little image was very sweet, and I added a little pieces of other paper of old Lucina's and cut the flowers out and used them. And I have once again put quotes in these, and this one says, "We all carry inside us people who came before us." I like that. And these are some smaller pages I did this time to put in journaling pages and decorate them. And then I go back to the larger one. There's a belly band and two little kids just skipping down a driveway, a gravel driveway, which myself, along with some others, may have grown up with that. Here's another image and a button cluster and lace and trim and more lace. And this one says, "Every family has a story." Now that's the truth. And every person has a story. Even though they think they don't, we all have a story. And here's some more small pages from old Lucina to journal on. Here's a really old pair of worn children's shoes. And I've used, once again, old lace and coffee dyed cheesecloth and coffee dyed papers and tuck spots and more. This one has more journaling space than normal. And I love this little girl with her teddy bear and her doll, and I decorated it, put it in that belly band. You can journal on the back of that. This says, "Strong family is a link to our past and a bridge to our future." How neat is that? And this is a dresser image, and just buttons and lace and thread and burlappy stuff. Just what I do. Here's a photograph of an older camera. I think that's my porch prints, and I put lace over it. And this is other nostalgic If you followed me long, you know by now I like old, beautiful lace, nostalgia. This is a page of layered lace, which is sort of neat. You can lift up. This page, I went off on a real vintage look of corrugated cardboard and brown paper bag and a handful of snippets and buttons and lace. And here's some more writing paper. And an old kitchen sink, an old enamel kitchen sink that I thought was wonderful with the baby's breath and the old pictures, everything white. I like that. And I've layered different lace here. This is 4.5, approximately 4.5 by 5.5, which is about the size I love to do. And just filling full of lace and wonderful nostalgic images, just wherever I can find wonderful images. She's sitting there going through old images too. And like that design the coffee left. And here's a layering of some pages and some old image of some old letters tied with twine. This cloth you might find in an old kitchen. There's old Lucina's little reading passion mice. And another one of her images, Lily Elsie. That's what I was trying to think of a while ago. Wonderful pictures of vintage pictures of Lily Elsie. I don't really know the history of her, but they're all wonderful. And they're in a digital kit by Old Lucina. Family faces are magic mirrors. Looking at people who belong to us, we see the past, present, and future. And I don't know about you, but I do think of that when I'm looking through old photographs and images and trying to be inspired by something to do. We are who we are because they were who they were. This is an old image and another picture of Lily Elsie. And Lily Elsie, I probably should have named it, titled it that. But that's her name for her digital, so I won't do that. And some sari silk glued down with lace. And this is a lavender twig handmade heart in a collage image. My little hallmark. There's the spine, the front. And I don't have quite as much lace right in there because I like all those little pages to journal on. But she's done. Well, I may add a few more little tags. I don't know. I sort of have a couple things I may add to it. But I ship in the United States, and she is 95 and 10 shipping, which gets it there in just a few days, priority, and gives it insurance and everything. So that seems to work well for me. And whoops, sorry, got pieces of lace on the tabletop. But if you're interested, you can leave me a comment on here or friend me on Facebook, Sandy Simpson, or send me a private message on here, and it'll catch up to me, and I will see that you get what you're interested in, if I can possibly do it. Well, you guys have a good, this is a sort of an overcast Saturday here in Georgia. Hot, humid, and rain coming in. So you guys have a good rest of the weekend. I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.